Hello there, fellow collectors. It is Evil Sneaker here to talk about my most anticipated Hot Toys figures for the year 2024. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, like this video on your way in, and go ahead and ring that bell to be alerted to future content so that you don't miss anything coming from me. With that being said, there's a lot of figures to talk about, so let's get into it. All right, so starting off at number 10 here is C-3PO from Return of the Jedi. So I have the Attack of the Clones C-3PO, which is actually my first diecast figure that I ever had in my collection, and it is amazing. If they can get this C-3PO with the same type of body, which I imagine they will with it being diecast, this to me is going to be the definitive version. I prefer this look of C-3PO versus the Attack of the Clones one. So starting at number 10, like I said, well-deserving C-3PO from Return of the Jedi. It's going to be really exciting to get this figure in hand. Next up, we have Ahsoka Tano from obviously the Ahsoka TV series. Now, I have the original Ahsoka from The Mandalorian, another figure that I'm going to be keeping because I do like that figure. But this one, like they show in the photos with the side-by-side comparison, is definitely a better head sculpt. I'm really hoping that I can take this alternate head here and somehow modify it to use on my Mandalorian Ahsoka. We'll see. I know the Leku are shaped a little bit differently and her earpieces are different as well. I believe that piece is glued on there, so it might take some modifying, but I think I might actually do it. We'll see where it turns out when I get the figure in hand. But nevertheless, this is just an amazing version of Ahsoka, a character that if you don't know much about her from the animated stuff, I feel like you're really missing out. Her arc is one of the best in Star Wars, being that she's Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. So definitely cannot wait to get this figure. It was really hard to pick what figures from the Ahsoka line I wanted to include on this list because they are all so good, but I wanted to also mix the list up a little bit. Next on the list is another Ahsoka figure, like I just prefaced with. These are all so good, but Grand Admiral Thrawn is a character that I've been looking forward to getting, one in live action, but also to have him a figure of this caliber in the collection. This is just an incredible looking figure. I think they nailed the head sculpt. The likeness is just on point. This outfit too, it looks really good. It's something that you could also use posed up with Grand Moff Tarkin, Director Krennic, Darth Vader. So I feel like he's got a really good use case for different display options in the collection as well. And he's Grand Admiral Thrawn. Again, just a great character arc all throughout the animated stuff leading into Ahsoka. And we have obviously a lot more to come, it seems like, from Thrawn, hopefully, depending on what they ending up doing with him in Star Wars. But exciting to see what's to come with him. But yeah, just an incredible looking figure, Grand Admiral Thrawn, one that I'm really excited for. Next up, going away from Star Wars here, we have Venom from Spider-Man 2. So obviously, this one kind of took the collecting world by storm when it was teased because people were like, there's no way we're getting a Venom figure. I don't think it's going to happen. And then we get this beast revealed. We get 20.8 inches of Venom, which is wild. This picture that is showing up in the top right, comparing him to advanced suit 2.0 Peter Parker and then the upgraded suit Miles. This is wild because I have these two Spider-Man figures in hand. To see the difference just in this photo, like this is going to be a massive figure. But I loved the game. Like I've said in the past, these weren't really figures that I had my eye on initially, and then I played the game, loved it, and I ended up getting Miles and Peter, and now I absolutely am going to get this figure. He looks amazing, and seeing how Carnage is in person, I don't have Venom like from the movies, but seeing how Carnage is, I think this figure is going to be great. Definitely a standout piece in the display, and he, like I said, he just looks awesome. These photos, they did a really nice job kind of putting him in these action sequences. He looks like he comes with a bunch of these tendrils and accessories. The head sculpt looks awesome. This is really cool where he has all the different styles of tongues. Looking at this main photo here, yeah, obviously everybody wants the spider logo like on the chest, and then yeah, you get this other head sculpt. I actually really like this smiling head sculpt here. Think it's going to look great. I'm really excited for this figure. He is going to need a lot of space, but definitely one that I'm excited to get. He looks awesome. Next up on the list, we have John Wick. I love Keanu Reeves. He's probably my favorite actor. John Wick is one of my favorite movie series. I have yet to pick up a John Wick figure. I was kind of waiting until they announced the ones. I thought maybe they were going to do one from this movie, but nevertheless, I wanted to wait, and I'm glad I did because this one does not disappoint. This was, I think, the first photo that I saw with the figure revealed outside of a couple teases, but this picture, this is probably how I'm going to pose him right here with the rifle. I just think this looks incredible. Comes with some other stuff, but you have to get the special edition for this one. I feel like the rifle is absolutely needed. I love what they did with the interchangeable hair sculptures here and the rolling eyeballs. I hope they keep including this kind of ability to change out the hair so that you can really tailor it to how you like. Because look at just the differences for these two pictures here, where there's actually like a decent amount of change in the look with the change in the eyeball movement and the hair pieces. So really happy that they included that. I think the tailoring on the outfit looks awesome. I mean, it's John Wick. You can't really go wrong. And I think this is like, to me, this is probably the more definitive version to have at this point. I think this is the best one that they've shown compared to the ones that they've done in the past. So definitely one I'm going to be adding into the collection. I've been wanting a John Wick figure. Definitely want a Keanu figure in my collection as well. So yeah, absolutely excited to get this one in 2024. And then next up, we have the Artisan Edition Scarlet Witch. So as you guys know, if you've been following the channel, you know I've been expanding and broadening my horizons a little bit when it comes to collecting. I initially started out mainly Star Wars, started branching out, and this figure was one that when I saw it, definitely had to have it. I have the Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman, and with how they rooted the hair, I'm guessing this is going to be very similar. I think that figure, they did a great job, and this one also does not disappoint in that way. This figure it just looks so good. And with all of these different, you know, she comes with all these different accessories. She has the different things you can do with the base. This base has a lot going on, but I love it. I'm picky about bases, as you guys know as well. I don't just like these standard bases. This is going to look awesome as a diorama base. And again, with the rolling eyeballs, unfortunately, they didn't do that with the Wonder Woman figure, but they're doing it here. And I think it's absolutely a welcome addition. I hope they just keep doing this with all of these figures that they're coming out with, honestly, because it makes such a big difference. And yeah, there's really not much more to be said. I guess the one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is whether or not this pleather jacket is going to be an issue. Hopefully not. I feel like some of that comes down to just your climate control and how you handle your stuff. So I haven't really had any pleather issues in my collection, but I also haven't been collecting for too long. But with that being said, this figure looks amazing. Another Artisan Edition figure that I'm going to be happily picking up. And I can't wait to see what the final product turns out to look like. But definitely one that I'm excited to add into the collection as well. And then next up, one that a lot of people doubted. One I remember when they dropped the tease for it, people said, no way this is happening. And I had faith. I said, I think this one is one that they could make. Seeing that they made the Blurg, and just what they've been doing with Star Wars, you guys already know. The Sand Trooper Sergeant and the Dewback, which Sand Troopers for me, one of my favorite trooper designs in Star Wars. I would say the Sand Trooper and the Death Trooper are up there at the top. I've always just been drawn to Sand Troopers. I prefer like the Orange Pauldron one, but nevertheless, the Dewback is just something that has always just like, you know, just been really nostalgic and just a really cool creature to me. So this thing's coming home again, a massive figure. We're talking about something that's almost 32 inches long, which is just crazy. Yeah, it's just going to be a massive piece. It's going to pair really well with the other Sand Trooper that's already released from A New Hope. But just look at this. This thing has so much cool detail. I love how the deluxe version too, you get the ability to kind of change the pose. You can add in this, you can switch out this leg. You can do the mouth open. I likely am not going to get two just because of the price of this, but just this look right here with two of them just looks really cool. Would love to have two, but it's probably not going to happen at least in 2024. But I'm definitely going to be getting one at least. This is something that if you're a fan of the OT and you have the space for it, I think it's something that, you know, you gotta strongly consider adding to your collection, if you have the ability to do so. And like I said, if you have the space. Again, the first Sand Trooper from A New Hope is an excellent figure. Love that. I can't wait to get another one. This one also looks like in the accessories department, it just comes with so much stuff. You get all these different rifles. You get the staff, the backpack that he's wearing. It just all looks really good. You get the little droid ring. Everything looks really good for this, and the dewback accessories look nice. Really excited to get this one in hand and see like just how this will probably be one of the biggest pieces that I own as far as, you know, size in the collection goes for pretty much anything. I don't think a Bark Speeder would be the other one, but this is going to be, I feel like it's going to look bigger than that. I'd have to take a look at the measurements, but yeah, this is going to be very, very cool. I'm really excited about this one. Next up, I cheated a little bit on my list. I know I said top 10, but I gotta go with both of these Obi-Wan Kenobi figures. I couldn't decide what one I wanted to pick. But yeah, Kenobi show Obi-Wan or Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars. I love both of these figures. As you guys know, Kenobi is the GOAT to me. So I welcome any and all versions that they are going to make. We'll start off with this Clone Wars one. I've always really been drawn to this look with the armor. I love how this armor looks. His arc throughout the Clone Wars to me is just, it's really special to me. I feel like I've just always been drawn to him as a character, obviously, but also that arc just includes just so much good stuff as far as him developing as a character. Some of my favorite moments from Star Wars are in the Clone Wars, but in this armor really is one that like he wears a lot of the time. So just one that I'm really excited to pick up. This looks really good. Cannot wait to display him with Anakin as well. And then we have Obi-Wan from the show, another show that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the show, but I'm also a really huge Obi-Wan Kenobi fan. I'm really excited to see this base. I love how they did this base with this figure. And I know these photos are a little bit outdated compared to some of the work they've done. It looks like they've actually updated the sculpt on this figure. That is a welcome addition. Please make this thing as good as possible. I love this outfit. Love the base. I love all the different poses he can do and the different, you know, hands that he comes with as well. I cannot wait to get other figures from this line too. But just Kenobi, the GOAT to me. Rolling eyeballs. It's cool also you get this Lola droid. I love the look with this hood as well. And like I said, this diorama base is with the rocks is going to look just very cool. So really looking forward to getting this one, and hopefully early in 2024, because this one got delayed. So hopefully it's coming. With that being said, as far as this figure goes, the next one on the list, I had a lot of trouble picking my top two. So I kind of put these Obi-Wans as my third choice. And then for number two, have Darth Vader from Kenobi, which obviously, if you are a Star Wars fan, this has got to be on your most anticipated list for 2024. I cannot wait to get this. Battle damage Darth Vader. There really isn't much more that needs to be said. Another figure that got delayed. Hopefully we get him soon. But this is just looking awesome. I love what they did with these photos too. But this head sculpt, oh my gosh, I just cannot wait to get a battle damage Darth Vader. One that, you know, a figure that they've done a lot of. They're doing the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, which is one I'm looking forward to as well. But we have a lot of Darth Vaders with a helmet on. We do not have any that have a helmet looking like this. And it's from a really cool moment in the show. There's some other moments where this happens as well to him, but just look at this. I think like the sculpt under this helmet looks incredible. And if you don't want to display it like that, you get this look, which to me is basically like Rogue One Darth Vader that released, but better, I would say, because it's a newer figure. So even if you don't, this almost is, excuse me, is almost tempted to get two of these, because like going with the battle damage look, and then I need a Darth Vader at some point for my Rogue One shelf because I didn't get that Darth Vader. But yeah, this one just looks incredible either way, but I will be going battle damage on it. This is a really good look too though. So hard to pick, but Oh, and you get the rolling eyeballs within the sculpt. I almost kind of forgot about that. So rolling eyeball function in this damaged head sculpt, and it's just I'm going with the deluxe version for this. You can switch them up, but yeah, you get like this damaged cape, you get this rock base. Just really looking forward to this figure. Cannot wait to get a battle damaged Darth Vader in the collection. And then number one, by now, if you know me, you probably know my number one without, me even showing it at this point. But it was really hard to choose between Darth Vader from Kenobi. It's almost a draw for me, but I gotta go with this Artisan Edition Anakin Skywalker. Something that obviously, is new for Hot Toys, doing these rooted hair figures. But I remember when I first saw this post that they teased this and they said they were going to do this new like top-notch line, and they showed this photo, and I honestly thought that when I first saw the sculpt that it was like a real photo. Like, this is just insane looking. If they can get anywhere close to this, I will be very happy. One that I am really looking forward to. I have a couple other Anakin Skywalkers already in the collection, but this one's going to be special. Limited figure, rooted hair. I wish other Star Wars collectors, I know a lot of people had difficulty with the lottery system getting this. I fortunately was able to get one in the lottery. But yeah, I'm kind of bummed out people are going to be missing out on this one too. Definitely going to be a sought after figure in the community. And he just looks awesome. I really, yeah, the new hair, rolling eyeballs. I mean, this head sculpt is just, this sculpt, they've got to be doing a sculpted version at some point with this head sculpt, because it is just looking phenomenal. I love the base. Otherwise, I guess the only thing is that it's not too much different from the one that's already out. So there's not really too many changes other than the base. I know they didn't really change the outfit. Everything's pretty similar otherwise, other than the hair and the base. You get the LED lightsaber. It's interesting they're only doing the LED lightsaber for one of them and you don't get them for both. I don't think Dooku's lightsaber is LED, but nevertheless, I'm not going to light that up anyways with that. I'm going to have him. I'm not really sure. I feel like this could be a figure that would look really cool, having him posed or Darkseid Anakin posed with that Kenobi Vader battle damage in some type of, some portion of my display, like something just connecting Anakin and Darth Vader. I think would be really cool. So Anakin Skywalker Artisan Edition, number one on my list. There were a lot of figures that were not on the list, but like I said, I wanted to kind of have a mix and not just make it all the same. Like, all those Ahsoka figures are incredible. I cannot wait for pretty much all of them. So top 10, I wanted to mix it up a little bit. It was really, really hard to choose. There was some on this list. I had to pick and choose wisely, but obviously it's going to be a good year in 2024 when we have all of these figures coming out to the point where it's difficult to make a top 10 list of most anticipated. So just really looking forward to 2024. We are going to be getting a lot of awesome figures this year. So there you have it, my top 10 most anticipated Hot Toys figures coming in 2024. Let me know down in the comments below, what is your most anticipated figure? Do you agree with my list? Are there ones that you would have added on there or taken off of there? Leave a comment, let me know. But until next time, collect carefully. See you later.